Good morning. Welcome to Walking Boxing. It is Tuesday, August the 20th, 2024. And yes, I'm under an umbrella. It is raining as we speak. Little Neil doesn't seem to care. He wanted to get out amongst it this morning. He didn't care. But yes, it is raining. Not like heavy, but still enough to have the umbrella up. The other day it was a bit of a drizzle. This is actual rain. So we will soldier on, the things we do. He's sticking pretty close to me at the moment though, because I've got the umbrella. But yeah, he's pretty happy just to be out amongst it, Neil. On to the boxing news today. Wow, a little bit of the good, the bad and the ugly, that's for sure. I suppose we'll start with the ugly. Oscar De La Hoya. Not sure whether you've seen the video this morning, but Oscar, what are you doing, mate? Well, we went through the Devin Haney situation yesterday with him getting caught on social media. In this instance, though, I think Oscar's the one that actually posted the video. It's, again, if you haven't seen it, it's him in a, well, geez, would you call it a G-string? I didn't think he had anything on at the start. He's jumping around with his, I'm assuming it's his partner. Let's hope it is. But jumping around, dancing, a little bit of flopping going on there. You'll understand it when you see it. But it did look like a G-string, but I think it was one of those ones where you're not actually tucked in. You're free. You're free to do what you want. But anyway, that's another story. And his partner, or the girl in the video, is very scantily dressed as well and doing her thing. But jumping around, dancing. Hey, look, that's great. If you want to do that, that's fine. Of course, it's a free world. You're in your own home, and you know, it's you're in a relationship or whatever it is. Good on you. I think the issue is though, it's been posted all over social media. So obviously himself or his partner has actually posted it. So that's probably the concerning thing. Why you would want that out there? But I mean, look at it's. I think we've all liked the clap back Thursday from Oscar. He has been probably been a lot more of an identity in retirement as a promoter rather than what he was as a fighter. He was always. I thought he was always very well spoken as a fighter, and yeah, he had his moments, and there was definitely some things in the build up to fights, no drama about that, but you never saw wacky Oscar. I know at the moment we're getting wacky Ryan Garcia, but we're actually getting wacky Oscar in retirement as a promoter, and I just don't see in any universe when you're of the stature of Oscar De La Hoya, especially with with his boxing background and being a reputable promoter, that you would want that out there or purposely put that out there. So again, hey, it's a free country, do what you want. I'm not gonna judge on a personal front, but I am gonna judge on a professional front, and that's probably not something you want to do. But good on him. He's enjoying life. It's probably worth a few $100 million. He's done very well out of boxing and promoting. So yeah, good luck to him, I suppose. But yeah, very, very odd. But check out the video. I suppose I won't call it ugly, but it's definitely, I think, bad. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson yesterday, the press conference. Yeah, look, I haven't been one to actually comment too much on this because first of all, I think it's a circus, but on the other hand, I just think it's bordering on sad, if you ask me. And I say that, by the way, it has stopped raining, so might put this umbrella down in a second. Yeah, watch the press conference. Look, I know these guys know each other very well, by the way, and I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson actually helped give Jake Paul a bit of a start in the sport, from what I can gather. But and I know yesterday, look, it was almost cringe. It was really cringe. I know both guys trying to talk it up and get people interested in the fight, and I'm sure they'll be interested in it. No dramas about that. What I'm going to do here, guys, in a second, I'm just going to put this down. Yeah, look, Mike Tyson, he was in a jovial mood. I think he was doing all he sort of could, but I think he was in seriousness. All seriousness, trying not to laugh about how ridiculous the whole thing is. Jake Paul, he got the crowd rolled up, the New York crowd, got stuck into them. Gave as good as he got. There's actually a really good crowd there from what I saw. So yeah, as I said, I just think Jake is trying really hard to get interest in what is, let's face it, it's a farce. It is a farce. And Mike Tyson, who looked in okay condition, I will say, but again, so did Barry Hall when he fought Curtis Scott last time out. Looked $1 million in training and what lasted about 30 seconds. So, yeah, it's, actually, while I'll just do that, just hang on a sec. Just gonna put that down there. Sorry about that. So it has stopped raining. All right, I'll be able to grab Neil now because we've got to cross the road. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, Mike Tyson looked in good nick. As I said, he was quite jovial, in a good mood, playing up to the crowd, saying what he had to say without being too controversial. We certainly didn't see vintage Mike Tyson where he was threatening to eat kids and all that sort of stuff. He was I thought very cordial, very respectful, and left it all up to Jake Paul really to do the talking. So that was surprising. I would have thought they might have had a bit of a chat in the back room and said, now, Mike, I'm going to do this, and Jake, you're going to do that. So let's see, let's just go to the script. But there was a few pointed questions asked of Mike Tyson, and the response he sort of gave was a little bit, neither here nor there. It was not really committal. I think at one stage Jake Paul might have asked him to do a 10-round fight instead of I think it's 8 twos, I think. He wanted to do 10 threes. Mike Tyson smartly or wisely sort of laughed it off, because I don't think in any situation Mike Tyson would want to do 10 3-minute rounds, regardless of who the opponent was. But look, one thing I'll say though, the Netflix thing, I think it is windy here, guys. Sorry if this is coming through the microphone. Very windy, and at least it's stopped raining anyway. But the Netflix thing is intriguing. I'm just going to grab Neil here. Oh, no, I'm not. Come here, buddy. It's all happening today. Come on, man. We're going to cross the street. Come on. It's intriguing. Like a few people, I said this on Talking Boxing last night, and there has been some, or a lot of people saying, geez, well, why isn't it pay-per-view? Why is it free of charge? And I think that everyone welcomes it. It's going to be free, and there's lots of reasons why. But I think it's a bit of a marketing genius by Netflix, because when you think about it, they're going to get it is technically free. I know if you've got a Netflix, you've got to have a Netflix, what do you call it? A subscription. Split that out. Subscription to watch the fight. So of course there's going to be a lot of people signing up to watch the fight. Now they might have intentions of cancelling it later, or whatever it might be, but I don't think they would really care if they get sort of 1 in 10 that hang around. Well, it's still money towards their investment. And the other thing is that the eyeballs on Netflix will be huge. This is probably going to be one of the most watched, if not the most watched boxing event in history, which is a little bit of an indictment on the sport. And well, I think it is 100% an indictment on the sport, but it is smart marketing, as I said. And the thing is, if they get, as I said, 1 in sort of 10 people that sign up for the free stuff or the free subscription and hang around, well, over the journey, that'll probably no doubt pay for itself. The other thing it does is, well, that has to be factored in, is that every year they would allocate X amount of dollars for TV shows, series, movies, whatever it might be. We've seen numerous things like that on the Netflix platform. So they've got a shitload of money they spend on those movies and series. But all they're doing here, by the looks of it, is saying, okay, well, instead of making a movie, we're going to put that money into boxing and get the same result. We're going to have people subscribing to it to watch the event. We're going to have lots of eyeballs watching it, the event itself. So I just think it's genius by Netflix, and I think in this day and age, with free to air being pretty much phased out, it's now going to come down to 100% streaming, and who is going to be the king of streaming. I think Netflix has obviously been the king from day dot with the streaming, but this is a way that they are solidifying their position in the global streaming. And yeah, I think this is another innovation. And I think if you look at it sort of 3 or even fourth dimensionally, you'll see that What they're doing is pure genius. They're going to have, well, I shudder to think how many people are going to watch the fight. And then hopefully, yeah, they subscribe, as I said. But I thought, even though I thought the whole fight itself is a bit of a circus, I think they did the press conference really well. They packed all the people in there, the public. It wasn't just the press in there asking boring questions. We had the rabid fans in there who were yelling and screaming and chanting and giving feedback to the fighters. So they did that really, really well. Thought the entrance of the fighters was great. The host, probably neither here nor there. I don't think a host should probably swear. I know it's only a small thing, but I'm not quite sure the host of a press conference. I know it sort of fits in with the whole promotion and everything about it, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think a host is there to be the controller, almost the official of the whole thing. So I didn't really like that. But apart from that, I just thought they did it really, really well. I do. As I said, the crowd were involved. Again, a little bit of a sham at the end where they supposedly did the face-off, and there's a little bit of, if you can call it, pushing and shoving, which is obviously pre-rehearsed beforehand. But look, they've got to do what they've got to do. It was mission accomplished as far as the intention of the event. They had everyone up and about. It was, as I said, it was well turned out. Everyone was into it. And today, everyone is, and yesterday, everyone is talking about it. It's all over socials, and it's done exactly what it was intended to do. So will I watch it? 100%. I'm actually a little bit pissed, because I'm actually going to be in Dallas a week after that fight. So I would have loved to have sort of been there just for the event itself. So I think I get there on the 20th or 21st of November, and I think the fight is the 15th of November at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. So the other fight on that card, which is going to be a ripper, of course, is Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano too. I think that will be an unbelievable fight. I think Amanda Serrano gets the job done this time. I think Katie Taylor's probably on the downside of her career. I don't think she's looked overly impressive in the last few fights, and I think Amanda Serrano will be on a bit of a mission. So I think she gets revenge, which then, of course, sets up number 3 maybe, and then maybe both girls can retire. Who knows? But and the shame about that, by the way, is that nothing has even really been mentioned about the fight. Isn't that just the state of boxing today? You've got a 28-year-old man against a 58-year-old man. I think that's what it is. And that gets all the attention, and then you've got Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano on the undercard that gets 0 attention. Just quickly on that fight, by the way, with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Look, I think it's going to end badly for Mike Tyson. I know a lot of you will spit your cornflakes over your phone as you watch this, if you're watching it in the morning, that is. I just see, I've seen this numerous times, and then most recently Barry Hall against Curtis Scott. Mike Tyson, look, he looks in great nick, looks fantastic on the pads, but they're only showing you 10 to 15 seconds at a time, so don't be hoodwinked. They're only showing you what they want to show you to build the fight up. They're probably not showing you a minute later when he was gasping for air and having to go out maybe for a bit of the good stuff out the back, a bit of a chuff. But I'm just not being fooled by the promotion. Yes, he looks in good condition. Yes, he looks mentally in a good place as well. But let's break it down. You've got a 58-year-old man who hasn't fought for, well, I know he did the Roy Jones Jr. exhibition, but hasn't fought for pretty much the best part of 20 years. And I know they're going to build him up as Iron Mike Tyson and replay all these vicious knockouts over the journey, but don't be fooled. This is purely a marketing event, purely a money-making event. Mike Tyson will make a heap of money, Jake Paul will make a heap of money, and everyone will be, the promoters will make a heap of money, but don't be fooled into what this is. It is a circus act. I wish Mike all the best, and I really hope he lays Jake Paul out, and I'm wrong, but I think we just have to face facts that I just think Mike will come out probably for half a round and look pretty good, get the crowd up and about. He might land a couple of shots. He might go after Jake Paul. And then I think from the second round onwards, I think this could end very badly for Mike Tyson, and it could be all over in 3 or 4 rounds. Although they'll probably want to keep the fight going just to entertain the fans and maybe set them up for the next bullshit promotion they put on. But yeah, I just, while the event itself is great, I think the fight itself is going to let down a lot of people and not do great things for Mike Tyson's legacy. And I just really hope it doesn't do anything for the legacy of Jake Paul. I mean, he's still talking about fights with Canelo Alvarez. Are you kidding me? One is that he's probably, what's he weigh? About a couple of 100 pounds now, Jake Paul. He's a big boy. He's put on a lot of weight, a lot of size. And Canelo's a super middleweight. That's the first thing. And then secondly, let's see. Canelo Alvarez is a Hall of Fame fighter, an all-time great. Jake Paul is a fraud and a pretender who can't fight. Yeah, I think that ends, again, really, really badly for Jake Paul. If that did happen, I'd like to see it, because I think Jake Paul gets knocked out in about 2 rounds. But anyway, yeah, so look, a little bit of the, is there not much good happening, I suppose, today? It's more the bad and the ugly, but I'm sure you get the gist of it. But yeah, it's just interesting that we're focusing on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya dancing around in a sort of G-string. So that's it for today, guys. Let's hope I've got some better stuff to talk about tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great Tuesday, and we'll catch you tomorrow.